Hello friends, in this lecture we will learn about tripartite struggle. After the decline of Harsa Empire in North India, the Kannauj was ruled by Varman dynasty and then Ayub dynasty. Uh, for some period during the Varman dynasty, the Kannauj was ruled by Karkota king of Kashmir, Lalitadit Muktapida. Lalitadit Muktapida defeated Yasovarman and took control of Kannauj, and we find its mention in uh, Rastarangni written by Kalhan. During the rule of Ayuds, three prominent kingdoms rose in different regions, and a fight started among them for the control of Kannauj region. Kannauj was a fertile area, Ganga Yamuna Doab, so there was a struggle to control this region among three prominent kingdoms. First one is Gurjar Pratihar. They ruled Gujarat region from 730 AD to 1036 AD. Then Pala of Bengal, they ruled from 750 AD to 1161 AD. Then Rajput of Deccan, they ruled from 753 AD to 982 AD. The the tripartite uh, the tripartite struggle started when Dharmapala of Pala ruler tried to install a puppet ruler at Kannauj, uh, puppet ruler in Ayud dynasty. And during the tripartite struggle, uh, two foreign travelers visited India. One is Suleiman. He visited in 9th century AD, and he was from Iran. And then Al-Masaudi. He was from Baghdad and also known with another title, Herodotus of Arab. And he was from Baghdad. He visited India around 916 AD. So this was the rough political map of India during the time of tripartite struggle. Uh, Gurjar Pratihar ruled uh, Gujarat region and MP region, then Pala in Bengal region, Rashtrakuta in Deccan region, and Western Chaluk in the west coast of India, and then Pallava in south. And at that time, Kannauj was known by other names also, and it was Kanyakubja and Mahodaya, Mahodaya, Pala ruler. Pala dynasty ruled from 750 AD to 1161 AD. In Bengal, there was Goda dynasty, which was replaced by Pala dynasty, and finally the Pala dynasty was replaced by Sena dynasty. Uh, After the attack of Karkota king of Kashmir, uh, Lalitadit Muktapida, decline of Goda dynasty started and anarchy started in Bengal region. And to end the anarchy, the noble of Bengal region elected a military general Gopala as their king in 750 AD. So Gopala was the elected king. He did not succeeded by his father, but he was elected by nobles of Bengal to rule to govern the Bengal region. Suleiman describes the Pala dynasty as Ruhma, and Ruhma is corrupt version of Dharma. Pala dynasty was replaced by Sena dynasty in 12th century AD, and Manjusri Mulkalp. It was Vajrayan Buddhist texts describe Pala as Sudra, but other sources describe Pala dynasty as Chhatri. Ramcharitram. Ramcharitram was Sanskrit poem written by Sandhyakar Nandi, and in Ramcharitram, Sandhyakar Nandi write the story of Ramayan and Pala King Rampala together. It was regarding source of Pala dynasty. Now let's see the rulers of Pala dynasty. So the founder of the Pala dynasty was Gopala. He ruled from 750 AD to 770 AD, and he was first Buddhist king of Bengal region who ruled Bengal and Bihar region. He built a Odantpuri Buddhist monastery at Bihar. The important ruler of Pala dynasty are Gopala, Dharmapala, Devpala, Mahipala, Rampala, and Madanpala. Dhanpala. He was son and successor of Gopala. Uh, he was a Buddhist follower and built Vikramshila University in Bihar and Sompura Mahavira in Bangladesh. Dharmapala attacked the Ayodhya's kingdom and stabilized his puppet ruler Chakrayudh on the throne. And to defend the Kannauj, Pratihar ruler Vatsraj defeated Dharmapala. But later both the Pala and Pratihara were defeated by Dhruva, a Rashtrakoot ruler. So tripartite struggle started between the three among the three kingdoms, Pala, Pratiharas, and Rashtrakuta. Frequent war with Gurjar Pratiharas and Rashtrakuta for territorial expansion. Devpala. He ruled from 810 AD to 850 AD. He succeeded his father Dharmapala and his mother was Varna Devi, a Rashtrakuta princess. Badal pillar inscription of Narayan Pala tells that he extended the kingdom to Pragjyotisa. Pragjyotisa was name of Assam and Utkala, northern Odisha region. He defeated the Rashtrakuta ruler Amok Varsa and Pratihara ruler Mihir Bhoj. So you can remember who was contemporary to whom. Dharmapala was contemporary to uh, Vatsraj of Pratihar dynasty and Dhruva of Rashtrakuta dynasty. Devpala was contemporary to Amokvarsa of Rashtrakuta dynasty and Mihir Bhoj of Pratihar dynasty. Balaputra Deva, the Salandar king of Java, sent an ambassador to Devpala court. The court poet of Devpala was Vajradatta. He was Buddhist monk. Then Mahipala ruled from 988 AD to 1030 AD. He recovered lost territory of Bengal and Bihar, which was lost by early Pala rulers. He defended that territory from Chola attack. Rampala was last strong king of Pala dynasty, and the Pala kingdom disintegrated after his reign. Govindpala was last ruler of Pala dynasty, and he was replaced by the Sena dynasty, Ballal Sena. Important port of Pala dynasty was Tamrlipta port. Pala culture. They gave patronage to Nalanda and Vikramshila University. We found Pala temple architecture, a sub-school of Nagar school architecture. And the development of Bengali language started during Pala dynasty. Charyapada. It was written in Abhatta language, but Abhatta is very closely related to Bengali language. So Chakra, Chak, Charyapada is also considered as first Bengali literature, and it is a poem of Vajrayan Tantric tradition. Uh, we found coins of Abbasid Empire in Pala Kingdom, and it shows trade relations with Arab. Agam Shastra in Sanskrit language. It was written by Goda Pada. Vikramshila University, in Vikramshila University, tantric education started. Tantra education started, and under the Pala dynasty, uh, the development of miniature painting started, and it was known as Pala School of Painting. Sena dynasty. Sena dynasty ruled from 1070 AD to 1230 AD. Founder was Samanta Sena. The third ruler, Vijay Sena, declared independence from the Pala ruler. Ballal Sena, who ruled from 1160 AD to 1179 AD, and Ballal Sena was son of Vijay Sen. He captured the Bengal delta from Pala ruler Govind Pala and set up the capital at Nadia. He defeated the last Ballal Sena defeated the last Pala ruler Govind Pala. He married a Western Chalukya princess, And Ballal Sena was a writer. He wrote Dana Sagar and Abhyud Sagar. These are two important compilation of Ballal Sena. In 1203 to 1204, Bakhtiyar Khilji captured the capital city Nadia from the Sena dynasty. Nalanda and Vikramshila were destroyed by Bakhtiyar Khilji, and it was start of the decline of Buddhism. Geet Govinda, a Sanskrit poem related to Krishna, Radha and Gopis. It was compiled by Jaydev in 12th century AD under the Sena dynasty. Gurjar Pratihar. Gurjar Pratihar ruled from 730 AD to 1036 AD. The ruler of this dynasty called themselves Pratiharas, not Gurjar Pratiharas, and they claimed they were descendant of Lord Rachman, brother of Lord Rama. But the neighboring kingdom described this dynasty as the Gurjara dynasty. Only in Rajor inscription issued by King Mathana Deva was feudatory of Pratiharas. We found mention of term Gurjara Pratiharas or Gurjar Pratihara. As Pratihara was the name of the defense minister post of Rashtrakuta dynasty, so some historians concluded the ancestor of this dynasty served Rashtrakuta as defense minister. Some historians say Gurjara was the name of the territory and Pratiharas was a clan, a tribe. Now there was again dispute regarding clan or tribe, whether they were native people or foreign invaders like Hun. So Prithviraj Raso, in Prithviraj Raso there is a person named Agnivansa. In Agnivansa, we Agnivansa described Pratiharas and three other Rajputs originated from a fire pit. Based on Agnivansa theory, some historians concluded that the dynasty was of foreign origin, who conducted fire rituals to become part of Hindu caste system. Arab travelers who visited Gurjar Pratihara uh, kingdom was Suleiman uh, from 9th century AD, in 9th century AD, and he was from Iran, and Al-Masudi. He visited India around 916 AD, and he was from Baghdad. Both describe Pratihara's kingdom as Al-Jujar in their writings. Gwalior or Sagartal inscription by Mihir Bhoj, it gives details about chronology of Pratihara dynasty up to Mihir Bhoj or Bhoja I. Gurjar Pratiharas. They ruled from 730 AD to 1036 AD. Founder was Harichandra. Harichandra was the founder of Gurjar Pratihara dynasty. Language was Sanskrit language and in Nagari script. Religion was Vaishnavism. They were follower of Lord Vishnu, and emblem was their emblem was avatar of Lord Vishnu. One was flying Garuda or Varha avatar of Lord Vishnu. Nag Bhatta. He ruled from 730 AD to 760 AD with capital at Avanti. And he was considered as the real founder of Pratihara dynasty. He ruled over the territory of Gujarat, Rajasthan, and Malwa, and he successfully defended the territory from Arab invasion and restricted the Arab rulers west of Sindh River. He was defeated by Rashtrakuta king or ruler Dhruva. Then Vatsraj. Vatsraj captured large part of North India. The expansionist policy of Vatsraj led to tripartite struggle among Pala, Pratihara and Rashtrakuta. While he defeated Pala ruler Dharmapala at western front, he was defeated by Rashtrakuta ruler Dhruva at the southern front, and Dharmapala took advantage of this to capture Kannauj. When Dhruva defeated, when Rashtrakuta king Dhruva defeated Vatsraj, then Dharmapala took advantage of this and he captured Kannauj region. Nagbhatta, Nagbhatta too. He defeated Pala ruler Dharmapala, and we find mention of this in Baroda inscription. And he established the capital at Kannauj. Kannauj was captured by Dharmapala when Vatsraj was defeated by Dhruva. So Nagbhat defeated the Dharmpala, Pala ruler Dharmpala, and recaptured Kannauj and stabilized the capital at Kannauj. Originally, the capital was Avanti, but he failed in war with Rashtrakuta, and at that time Rashtrakuta was ruled by Govinda III, Mihir Bhoj or Bhoj I. He ruled from 836 AD to 885 AD, and he was follower of Vaishnavism, and he took the title of Adi Varaha. Varaha was avatar of Vishnu, so he took the title of Adi Varaha. Initially, he was defeated by both Rashtkut and Pala ruler Devpala, but later he emerged as the most powerful king of Pratihara dynasty. He defeated both Rashtrakuta and Pala with the help of his feudatories Chedi and Gohilla feudatories. Copper plate inscription related to land grants by Mihir Bhoj. We found Modasa copper plate inscription, Mahauri copper plate inscription, Betma, Banswara, Ujjain, Dipalpur, Dhar, Tilakwara, Kalwan and Bhojpur. Bara copper plate inscription describe a military camp at Mahodaya. Mahodaya was another name of Kannauj, and the name of the military camp at Mahodaya was Iskand Iskandabara. Arab traveler Al-Mosdi described him as a King Bora, corrupt version of Varha. So Arab traveler Mosdi described him as King Bora. Mahendrapala. There was Mahendrapal in Pala dynasty, and here is Mahendrapala. Mahendrapala Mahipal in Pala dynasty. Mahendrapala ruled from 885 AD to 910 AD. He extended the territory up to Sindh, but ceded Punjab region to Kashmir ruler. He took the title of Maharaja Dhiraj of Aryavarta. The court poet of Mahendrapala was Rajsekhara, and Rajsekhara was Sanskrit poet. He served both Mahendrapala and Mahipala of Gurjar Pratihar dynasty. Rajsekhara brought Karpur Manjari. Karpur Manjari was written in Saurseni Prakrit, and he wrote Sanskrit poem Kavya Mimamsa, Bala Bharta, Bhirinjika, Vidhasa, Vidhasala, Bhanjika, Prapanch Pandav, Mahipal, Mahipala. Mahipala ruled from 913 AD to 944 AD. He was defeated by Rashtrakuta ruler Indra III and lost the control of coastal territory. And it was described in and we found the mention of this incident in Al Al Mosdi uh, Al-Mosdi text written by Al-Mosdi. Al-Mosdi visited the Pratihara kingdoms during the reign of King Mahipala, Rajapala. Uh, Rajapala was defeated by Rashtrakuta king Krishna III. Mahmud Ghazni raided Kannauj during his reign. Rajpala. Yaspala ruled from 1024 AD to 1036 AD, and he was last ruler of Pratihara dynasty. After this, Kannauj was ruled by Gahad, Gahadhavla's dynasty, and after Gahadhavla's, it was ruled by Muslim ruler. Many Rajput rulers declared independence, and many small kingdoms were formed out of Pratihara's kingdom. Administration and culture. And the territory was divided into province was known as Bhukti was governed by Uparika, and then another division was district level district were known as Visa and governed by Visapati. And in Pratihara dynasty, we found open pavilion temple style, part of open pavilion temple style. What is open pavilion? You can see a image where there is three pillar and there is a roof on is a roof standing on above the three pillar. So it was open from all sides, and this is basic image of open pavilion temple style. Telika Mandir was related to Shakti cult and built at Gwalior Fort by Pratihara rulers. Khajuraho temple. Temple was built by uh, Pratihara vassals Chandelas. Chandelas were vassals of Gurja Pratihara. Nate's sandstone idol of Lord Shiva, it was illegally smuggled to UK and retired by Rajasthan police in 2020 after 22 years. So it was in news. It was in news in 2020. Rashtrakuta ruled from 753 AD to 982 AD. Founder was Dantidurg and capital was Manyakhet. The language of Rashtrakuta dynasty was Kannada or Sanskrit. Dantidurg overthrew the last Chalukya king, Chalukya of Badami king, Kritivarman II, and stabilized his control on Manyakhet region. Uh, we found mention of this in Ellora record of Dantirdur. Uh, he married his daughter to Nandivarman II of Pallava dynasty. In 750 AD, he captured the MP and southern Gujarat region. Krishna I. He ruled from 756 AD to 774 AD, and he was the uncle of King Dantidur. He was known with other name also Kannara and Kanneshwara. He patronized Jain follower Akalanka Bhatta, and Akalanka Bhatta was author of Rajavartika. Rajavartika was Rajavartika is Jain text and it is commentary on Tattvartha Sutra. Tattvartha Sutra was first Sanskrit text on Jain philosophy, and Tattvartha Sutra was written by Uma Swami. He defeated the Western Ganga dynasty and made them vassals. Yeah. Uh, after defeating the Western Ganga dynasty, they get the control of full Karnataka region. Kailash temple at Ellora was built by Krishna I. He was succeeded by his son Govinda II. Dhruva Dhar- Dhruvadhara He defeated Pratihara ruler Vatsraj and Pala ruler Dharmapala, and he also defeated Pallavas. Dhruva was succeeded by his son Govinda III, who defeated Pratihara's ruler Nagbhat II. Amog Varsa. Amog Varsa ruled from 814 AD to 878 AD, and during his time, lot of literature development happened in Rashtrakuta dynasty, and it was related to development of Kannada language. He succeeded his father Govinda III. Amogvarsa succeeded his father Govinda III, and he was the most powerful king of Rashtrakuta dynasty. He shifted the capital of Rashtrakuta dynasty from Mayurkhandi to Manyakheta. He patronized many Sanskrit and Kannada scholars. The scholars patronized by Amogvarsa were Jinasena, then Gunabhadra, then Mahaviracharya, and Saktan. Saktan wrote Amogha Vritti, and it was Sanskrit grammar. Before this, we have Panini, Panini wrote Ashtadhyayi. Ashtadhyayi was Sanskrit grammar. Then few other scholars wrote on Sanskrit grammar, but Saktan was using Kannada script to write Sanskrit. So how the Sanskrit language and Kannada script will be used. So, regarding this, he brought Amog Vritti, and it is related to Sanskrit grammar. Then Mahavir Charya. Mahavir Charya wrote Ganit, Ganita, Ganita Saram. Ganita Saram was first book on mathematics only. Before this, mathematics was part of astronomy. We have seen Aryabhatta and other mathematician, but they they give the mathematical formula related to astronomy. Their books were mixed of astronomy and mathematics, but Ganita Saram was the first book which was based on mathematics only. So it was important book, and who wrote it? It was written by Mahavir Charya. He, Amogvarsa, Amogvarsa was converted into Jainism by Jain monk Jina Sen. Jina Sen wrote Adi Puran and Parsav, Parsva, Parsav Buddhaya. Amogvarsa wrote earliest literature on Kannada language, and it was known as Kaviraj Marg. Other literature written at that time was written by Amogvarsa was Prasnottara Ratna Malika. Foreign traveler Suleiman of Iran described Amogvarsa as a great ruler, same level as Caliphate of Muslim dynasty. Amogvarsa was succeeded by his son Krishna III. Krishna III. He ruled from 939 AD to 967 AD, and his territory was from Nanda River in north to Kaveri River in south. He patronized famous Kannada poet Punna. Punna. Punna wrote Santi Puran and Gajan Kus. The three important gems of Kannada language are uh, Pampa, Adikavi Pampa, Punna, and Rana. These three were court poet. Adikavi Pampa and Punna served Rashtrakuta dynasty. Rana served Western Chalukya dynasty, Talib II in the court of Talib II. Rana served in the court of Talib II. Adikavi Pampa was court poet of Arikesari II. Arikesari II was vassal of Rashtrakuta ruler Krishna III. So Adikavi Pampa and Punna were contemporary, but Rana came in later age when Rashtrakuta was replaced by Western Chalukya dynasty. Adikavi Pampa wrote Vikram Arjuna Vijay, or it is also known as Pampa Bharat. And why it is known as it was a Kannada version of Mahabharat. Vikram Vikram Arjun Vijay or Pampa Bharat is Kannada version of Mahabharat. As it is version of Mahabharat, that's why it is known as Pampa Bharat. And it was written in Champu style. What is Champu style? Champu style is poetry and prose, both poetry and prose written to describe an event. Halayud. Halayud composed Kavi Rahasya during the reign of Krishna III. Talib II. Talib II was Western Chaluk ruler of Western Chaluk dynasty. He declared independence from the Rashtrakuta ruler Karke. Karke was not last Rashtrakuta ruler. Indra IV was the last Rashtrakuta ruler who committed Sallekha. So Talib II declared independence from Rashtrakuta ruler Karke, and after Karke was succeeded by Indra IV. Indra IV was the last Rashtrakuta ruler, and he committed Sallekha in 1982. Administration and literature. We have seen literature development during the reign of Amogvarsa. We found books related to mathematics, and then Kannada language. Then after that, we find literature development during Krishna III period. Now, uh, other literature that developed during the Rashtrakuta dynasty was mentioned in this slide. But the territory, but how? Let's see how the territory was administered during the Rashtrakuta time. The territory was divided into Rast or province, and it was governed by Rashtrapati. Then the province was divided into district level. District were known as Visay, and it was governed by Visaypati. And we found mention of 40 to 50 village. Collection of 40 to 50 village were known as Bhukti, and Bhukti was governed by Bhogpati. Then the smallest unit of governance was village. Village was administered by Gram Mahajan. Other important literature that developed during the Rajputa dynasty was Nal Champu or Damayanti Katha. It was first Champu epic, and it was written by Tribikram Bhatta in Sanskrit language. Champu was poem plus prose. So first Champu epic was Nal Champu or Damayanti Katha written by Tribikram Bhatta. Tribikram Bhatta also wrote Madalsa Champu. Kalyan Kalyan Karka. It was Sanskrit text on medicine or Ayurveda, and it was written by Ugradit. Ugradit was Jain physician, and during Rajputa time, Ellora, Ellora and Elephanta cave temple developed. Ellora cave temple developed during the reign of Krishna I. So this is the end of lecture. Thank you.